When I picked up the phone to ask my son Alex when his wedding would be, my daughter-in-law Sarah looked me straight in the eye and said with a smile that could freeze fire, "Oh, we got married yesterday. Only the VIPs were invited." Those 4 words hit me like a slap from a glacier. VIPs? Me, who had paid their $600 monthly rent for 4 straight years, bought every stick of furniture in their Portland apartment, and filled their fridge when they had nothing. I stood in my own Seattle living room, phone suddenly weighing 1,000 pounds, watching Alex avoid my gaze while Sarah stretched out on the couch I had gifted them. The midnight blue dress I'd bought for $250 hung useless in my closet, along with the shoes, the dreams, and the illusion of being in my only son's wedding photos. Photos I would never appear in. I had saved $1,200 for their gift, called my sister Sophia in New York with the big news, scrubbed my house top to bottom for a celebration that would never happen. Alex finally muttered, collapsed in 4 "Mom, poisoned
it was
words.
tiny,
Just
only
us and
the
the VIPs.
witnesses."
But Instagram told the truth. I saw Sarah's parents grinning beside the couple, her siblings toasting champagne. Sarah in the gown I had helped pay for with the $900 I sent last month for personal expenses. I saw everything I wasn't meant to see. Exactly 7 days later, Sarah called in a voice stripped of confidence. "Evelyn, the rent is overdue. Landlord says pay this week or we're out. You forgot the transfer." Her voice shook. I was silent, remembering every canceled plan, every skipped meal so they could have steak. After excluding me from the biggest day of their lives, they dared call like nothing happened. "Sarah," I said, calm as winter steel, "didn't I warn you I only help VIPs?" The silence on the line was so thick I heard my own heartbeat. For the first time in years she trembled. That night I cried. Not from sadness but from fury. Tears for every time they made my love feel like a burden. My presence an inconvenience. My money the only thing I was good for. I tallied 4 years. $600 rent times 48 equals $28,800. Groceries $250 per month equals $12,000. Gifts $4,000. Emergencies $1,200. Car repair $3,000. Furniture $1,500. Total $50,500. From my retirement, from the nest egg my late husband left so I could live my last years in peace. Next morning I looked in the mirror and saw steel in my eyes. Coffee tasted different, mine not theirs. I opened my checkbook and stared at the exact sum of my foolishness. Phone rang. Alex. I let it ring. Sarah. Ignored. Text, "Mom, we need to talk." Deleted. I walked past the park where Alex once hugged me and said I was the best mom in the world. When did love become currency? At the bank, manager Ms. Lee waved. She had processed every transfer for 4 years. "Ms. Lee, cancel all auto payments. Lock my accounts. No one else gets access." Shock on her face. "Are you sure, Mrs. Turner? Something wrong." I finally opened my eyes. Phone buzzed nonstop. Alex, Sarah, unknown numbers. I powered off. Ms. Lee handed me the papers. "In all these years I've seen your generosity. I hope you're not being pressured." Her concern was warmer than anything Alex had shown in months. "No pressure, Ms. Lee." I stopped pressuring myself. I left lighter as if I dropped a boulder. My money was mine. No more obligations to people who saw me as a resource. Home, 3 cars in my driveway. Movement inside. My blood froze, they still had keys. I had trusted them. Deep breath. Time for the first real confrontation of my new life. I opened the door to a nightmare. Alex sat on my sofa, head in hands. Sarah paced like a caged animal. A stranger in a gray suit rifled through my private papers on the dining table. What is happening here? My voice boomed louder than I expected. Sarah spoke first, desperate. "Evelyn, thank God. Mr. Hayes is our lawyer, for your situation." My situation? Alex looked up, eyes panicked. "Mom, the bank said you canceled everything. We don't understand." Mr. Hayes extended a hand. "Mrs. Turner, your children are concerned about your mental well-being." I ignored it, snatched my documents. "These are private." "Alex, you're acting strange, cutting us off, ignoring calls. You need help." Sarah grabbed my hand with fake tenderness. "At your age, confusion is normal." The plan hit me. Declare me incompetent, seize control. The The woman who said I wasn't a VIP now painted me senile. I am clearer than ever, I said. Laughter escaped, harsh, cruel. Strange? Like deciding my money is mine? Like refusing to fund adults who treat me like trash. Sarah flinched. We never treated you badly. Everything will be ours someday. We're just speeding it up. Truth stripped bare. I was already dead to them. Out. All of you. Alex stood petulant. We have rent, car payments, the credit card you co-signed. You can't just cut us off. Who says I can't? My voice rose for the first time. Mr. Hayes slid a folder across the table. Power of attorney temporary until you feel better. I threw it in the trash unopened. Sarah's tears were rage, not sorrow. We made plans based on your support. Plans based on my money, not my happiness. Alex tried to approach. I stepped back. The wedding was a mistake. We can fix this if you're reasonable. Reasonable. Keep paying while invisible. Mr. Hayes packed up. This isn't over. Legal options exist. Threat delivered. They left with wounded dignity. Alex's parting shot. You'll end up alone with no one to care for you. I'm already alone by choice now. Silence wrapped the house like freedom. That night I planned like a general. 6 a.m. dressed, ready. First stop, Mr. Grant, the lawyer who handled my husband's will. What they did is elder financial abuse, a federal crime. Home invasion too. We documented every dollar. He whistled at $50,500. You could have traveled the world. Plan new locks, full security system, new bank, live the life I postponed. Hardware store. Mr. Patel had seen me buy fixes for their place. Today it's for me, best locks. His son installed cameras. Price no object. Unknown caller. Sarah evading blocks. Don't hang up. Special dinner to make up for the wedding. At your house, cooked together. Manipulation 101. How much rent do you owe? Silence. $1 200. Do you miss me or my money? Both. Honesty slipped. If I'm important, why no call just to ask how I am? Never. I hung up. Salon first visit in a year. Full treatment. Stylist Lily. You look free. I learned to say no. Friday morning doorbell. Cameras. Polished woman folder. Mrs. Evelyn Turner? Social investigator, senior services. Report says you're at risk. Blood ice, they'd weaponized the government. ID checked. Inside she listed. Sudden financial changes, family isolation, paranoia security, refusing help. Sarah's wording. I'll call my lawyer first. Mr. Grant arrived in 20 minutes. Court order, he snapped. She faltered. He slid abuse documentation across the table. $50,500, exclusion, break-ins. If anyone needs investigation, it's not my client. She closed the case on the spot. That night Margaret, neighbor, brought coffee. I went through the same. Cut the money. 6 months later, real apology. Hope flickered. Days later, 3 cars again. Mr. Grant and police arrived. Restraining order served. Alex yelled from the street. Calling cops on your son? Family doesn't threaten incompetence lawsuits. Sarah. You'll pay what you owe. Mr. Grant. Communicate through me. They drove off, defeated but not done. 3 weeks later, court. I wore my best suit, walked in with steel. Their lawyer painted me as a confused widow manipulated by strangers. Sarah cried on cue. Alex claimed I was erratic. Witnesses twisted cameras into paranoia. Our turn. Pharmacist admitted being tricked. Dr. Ellis testified flawless cognition. Friends confirmed vitality. I took the stand. I stopped because I realized it wasn't love, it was a transaction. My money was welcome, I was not. Judge Miller. Mrs. Turner is in full possession of her faculties. Lawsuit motivated by greed. Guardianship denied. Victory. 3 months later. Sold the house, moved to a Portland condo, donated half to elder abuse charities, traveled Europe, painted, volunteered. No contact from Alex or Sarah. Heard they downsized, Sarah got her first job. Some nights on my balcony I think of the woman who believed love had a price. She's gone. I'm Evelyn, 69, and I finally love the most important person, me. If this story moved you, support me with a donation so I can write more. What would you do? Comment below. Share your thoughts and where you found this. Like, subscribe, more stories waiting. Heartfelt greetings. Until next time.